Welcome to the channel, everybody. On today's video we are going to be changing the serpentine belt on this 3rd gen Ram. This is a Cummins 6.7 liter diesel. We'll also be changing the belt tensioner on this. I believe Ram recommends replacing the belt around 100,000 miles. Now, before you remove the belt, it's always a good idea to take a picture of the routing diagram so you know how it routes when you're putting the new one back on. In my case, the belt actually broke. I don't know how many miles were on this, but looking at this, it definitely seems like something locked up on me. And now that the belt is off, spinning everything by hand, my tensioner actually was locking up or going bad, the bearings on it. So that's most likely what broke the belt. I actually ended up purchasing a component kit which came with the tensioner and a Gates belt. This is one of the nicer belts to go with. These are called the Fleet Runners. You can usually tell by the colors. These last a lot longer than your normal serpentine belt. These belt tends to not stretch. The way these normal belts are designed, over time they are designed to stretch. You'll start to squeal or chirp. That's when you know your belt's worn and it's time for a new one. I will be using a belt tool. That certainly helps on these. It is the easiest to get to the tensioner if you remove your air box. Now, I have an aftermarket air box on this, cold air intake, and I just don't want to remove that. Otherwise, there is an easy access if the box is out of the way. You can get to the tensioner right through here. I have reasons not to take it off. I had some vibration issues, so my box is actually tied to my battery tray, and I don't want to be removing those screws. Now, if you don't feel like removing your box like I did, if you have an aftermarket one, I was able to go from the underneath and remove the tensioner out that way and through the fender well. You can reach the tensioner from the top to relieve the tension on the belt to be removed or put back on. Also going through the bottom. So if you look at underneath, right through your fender well, there's a hole here that goes right underneath of your box, and you could reach right in through here, and your tensioner sits right on this other side of the AC compressor. So I was able to just pull it right out of here, and with the new one I will go right in through here and put it right back in its spot. Going through the top, this type of a setup just like this does help if you're trying to remove or put a belt on. End of the tool will get inserted right into this edge of the tension. This is bolted onto the block with a 13mm bolt through here, or you can also go in through the bottom and use a ratchet or a pipe on the end of it. You're trying to go towards the driver's side to relieve the tension and pull the belt off, or you can simply just cut it if you're not going to be reusing the belt. Once you have the belt removed, you want to spin all the pulleys by hand, just like the alternator here. Kind of hard to show you. You want to make sure there's no noises and the bearings are okay. There's a water pump. There's also an idler pulley right underneath the top hose here, and of course you got your power steering pulley on that side, and your tensioner right down at the bottom. In my case, my tensioner is bad. There's only one 13mm bolt which goes right through the center of this. There are pins on the other side that align onto the block to secure that. So I'll go ahead and remove that 13mm bolt. That's going to have to be done from the bottom, and we'll get that tensioner off of there. Here I have the 13mm removed from our tensioner. Some of these kits will come with the new bolt. Mine did not, so I'll go ahead and reuse my old one. And here is, and you can hear that bearing on the tensioner. You can see how that's starting to kind of bind up. It's a little rough. That's why we're replacing this. So let's get this new one. You want to make sure everything matches up as far as the alignment pin on these. Fairly identical. I do like the newer one. This has like a heavy duty metal pulley on this instead of my Daco that was originally on this. That's got the plastic. New belt tensioner in place. We got the 13mm tightened up. And again, I was able to do that from the bottom and through this side below the air box without removing the box. Now we can go ahead and put our new belt on. Go ahead and route it just like this. Then we'll get our belt tool on the tensioner. Keep in mind, or to note, that it does not have to go through the fan shroud to go around. Everything's worked from the passenger side. So if you look at your diagram, you want to feed it through here first. Get it on your alternator, your AC, and then around the tensioner is kind of the toughest part, because the tensioner pulley here is so close to the block itself. So you have to turn the belt sideways to go behind the tensioner to go around it. It's kind of hard to see. That's why we're looking at the diagram instead. Now if you got your air box off, it makes it much easier, but we're going to try feeding everything right through this side here and just kind of follow along, going over each and every pulley. Routing the belt on these diesel 6.7s or even the 5.9s, it can be a bit frustrating, but it's not hard, it's doable. I'm able to get it on without even taking the air box off. So I do have the belt routed on all the pulleys. It's kind of hard to see. But again, like I said, it can be a bit frustrating. But if you just start on one end, let's say on the alternator and on the AC pulley at the bottom, your hardest part is going to be getting around the tensioner. Because the tensioner is basically mounted backwards, so the pulley is actually up against the block, there's really not that much room to get the belt in between, so you have to turn the belt sideways. Now what I ended up doing was just loosening the bolt on the tensioner, which slides it out a little bit further away from the block, so you're able to get the belt sideways, slide up and over, and you can retighten that tensioner back on. Once you have that, just follow along to each pulley, get the belt around. So I have the belt on all the pulleys. I have my tool on the tensioner. So all I have left to do is release the tension and put the belt on the alternator. And let's see how that works out. You want to make sure the belt is on all the pulleys correctly and is seated correctly. It looks like I'm in good shape. Let's take a look at the underneath. Looking at underneath, I am on all the pulleys. It is seated correctly. So the only pulley I need to put the belt on while holding the tensioner is on the alternator. Let's go ahead and get that done. This was kind of my setup to move the tensioner, and I was able to get the belt onto the alternator. Looks like the belt is fully seated how it should be. Now we'll go ahead and start this up. Belt and tensioner replacement on this truck is complete. Everything's seated where it should be. Runs great. No more noises from the tensioner since we did replace that. Now again, to sum it up, I was able to accomplish this without removing the air box. It is much easier to do when you have the air box off. Then you have the access from this side to reach your tensioner and all the pulleys to install the belt on. But again, it can be done without removing that, as you can see. Again, if you start on this end, your hardest part is going to be getting the belt around the tensioner, since the pulley is actually on the inside, almost up against the block. The easiest thing to do there is loosen up the center bolt on the tensioner. That brings the tensioner out a little bit. You don't have to completely remove it, and then you can flip the belt from the inside against the block and onto the pulley on the tensioner, and then just keep pulling your slack all the way around and pull the whole belt here. Again, it doesn't need to go up and over the fan. It actually goes through this side and wraps around the rest of the pulley. And once you get it here, then you can pull it off of the alternator and put the belt on the water pump here. And then once you put your tool on the tensioner or a ratchet, breaker bar, whatever you're using, and then the last pulley you could put it on with holding the tensioner is on the alternator. I will leave links and part numbers to everything in the description for you. It is handy to have a belt tool like this. This is a universal one. I've used it on many different vehicles. Definitely comes in handy. I will leave a link to the Fleet Runner belt for these. That's one of the best ones you can get for the Cummins. It's the Gates Fleet Runner. It tends to be a little thicker than your standard belt. It seems that way at least. So that's why I actually ended up just loosening the tensioner to get it around the tensioner pulley. It was way easier to do that than try to squeeze it between the block and the tensioner. Once you do one, you know exactly how they work, and it gets much easier the next time. As always, thank you for watching.